Teams as a reminder will be lining up the national anthem with 7 minutes left in the clock. Countdown on the clock. And only for the national anthem.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Signature wings, world-class burgers, and the best steak in Rapid City. All that plus a perfect spot to watch the game found right here in Rapid City at Shooters. From its full and complete menu and its one-of-a-kind dessert menu, Shooters has everything you want. Also looking for a little value in your meal? Order online or by the Shooters app and use the promo code LiveTicket to receive 20% off your order. Again, that's LiveTicket for 20% off at Shooters in Rapid City.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
Where will you find the Black Hills' best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs? Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet. That's where. Shop GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Plus, used Chevys and GM certified pre-owned. Many are late model local trades. Shop over 300 used vehicles and buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. And we're paying top dollar for all trades. See us at Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet or DannyEmanuelRapidChevrolet.com.
Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of local youth sports. They invite you to experience the difference at the area's newest locally owned steakhouse. From their local and regional sourced ingredients to their perfectly seared steaks, you're sure to enjoy. They look forward to seeing you. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of all local youth sports. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse, experience the difference.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Give it off to Sioux, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Lemon wants to stop the music.
Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or buy the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
Springtime is the best time to buy an SUV from Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Choose from late model local trades, Fords, GMCs, Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, Subarus, Chevys, and more. Plus, we have the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned trucks and SUVs. To make it easier on your bank account, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. The used sport utilities you want are here at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota Union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City, the South Dakota high school football season is in full swing. And tonight we feature the Rapid City Stevens Raiders in their home opener, getting set to battle the defending state AAA champs, the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Thanks again for spending part of your Labor Day weekend with us. I'm Jerome Wickersham along with Dean Gurr. We want to welcome you to the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. For the highest quality work and hassle-free customer service, let J&J take the stress away and get your vehicle back on the road. That's J&J Truck and Auto Body on East Philadelphia Street in Rapid City. So every high school football season brings optimism and high expectations, and that is definitely true for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders as they kick off the season under new leadership. Michael Scott led the Raiders for the past 4 seasons, but he stepped down after last season. His replacement is Patrick Town. Coach Town inherits a Raider ball club that finished with just 2 wins and 8 losses last year, and they lost to Sioux Falls Lincoln in the first round of the playoffs. In fact, they lost both of their games to Sioux Falls Lincoln last year by not very close games at all. So, Dean, for the Stevens Raiders, they lost 24 seniors to graduation, but they do return a very experienced offensive line, and they have 5 starters on the defensive side of the ball. So what's this transition look like with new head coach Patrick Town, and what's the expectations coming into this season?
Well, there's always that big question mark. You know, every year, every school goes through this. Whether it's minor or major, you lose a whole bunch of starters. Lincoln is in the same boat. They lost a ton of starters, everyone but one on their offense from last year. Half of their defense is gone, so you know they're kind of in the same boat as the Raiders are. Again, Raiders rebuilding, so to speak. I don't really call it rebuilding in high school. It's just, you know, who's next up? Somebody's left and somebody's back. But you're right. It may be a new look, maybe a new offense, maybe a lot of the similar offense because of the way just the structure of AAA football happens in South Dakota. A lot of those teams pretty much run the same type of spread type of offense. So a lot of that same type of stuff. It's going to be I'm going to say a possibility of a challenge on defense because you lose, first of all, Tate Crossweight is gone, and he was such a major contributor for like 4 seasons on that defense, and he was such a hard hitter. And so for the reloading of the defense, a lot of new players at skill positions, like you said, losing a lot of seniors, a lot of starters, all that happening for the Raiders. It's kind of a big mystery. When I talked to actually Coach Fredenberg for Lincoln, he's like, I have no idea, and I'm in the same boat. I really have no idea what they're going to run. Aside from like a spread type offense, aside from that, you know, how effective they are. Are they going to choose to run the ball more out of this spread formation? Are they going to throw a lot more? You've got, one returning receiver. You've got a kind of a new quarterback. He played a little bit last year at the varsity level, but not a lot. And so there's a lot of question marks, a huge question mark hanging above the head of this Stevens Raiders program. Probably one of the biggest ones. We've talked about this year in and year out. It's going to be penalties. It seems like they have so many drives that are killed because of penalties. So we'll see what kind of discipline that Coach Town will bring to this program. He's got to win over the parents. He's got to win over the players. It's a hard transition to come in, especially at the Stevens side, to be able to establish all of that and be able to exude that confidence that everybody can buy in, and you can take a talented group you have. They have a talented group of sophomores that are coming up. So to be able to bring all that together, and it starts tonight. What is he going to bring? Are they going to buy into what he's coaching? All of that will be answered tonight.
The Raiders looking to finish better than they did last year with that 2-8 record. They lost to Sioux Falls Lincoln twice, like we mentioned earlier. The first time 65-6 during the regular season, and then in the playoffs they lost to the Patriots by a score of 56-21.
Well, the downside for the Raiders last year is they're kind of pretty one-dimensional. Crossway had to be quarterback. He isn't throwing the ball isn't his forte. He got it done. Kale Meisman helped him out a lot, but that was kind of their one dimension. They tried to run it a little bit. They had a good offensive line, but were unable to kind of put all that together. So we'll see if they can get more diverse.
And we said, of course, new head coach Patrick Town for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The Raiders again start their season with perhaps the biggest challenge in front of them tonight as they face the defending state champs and the second-ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, who finished with a perfect 12-0 record a year ago. The Patriots claimed their fourth state title in 2023 and their first since 2014. And I know you already alluded to the fact, a very talented team coming back. Plus, their JV team was pretty good as well.
Oh, yeah, their JV team was fantastic. They scored 267 points last year and gave up only 7. So all those players who probably would have started in a lot of other programs because of the talent of the Patriots, they had to kind of sit the bench or participated at least in some of the varsity programs. So it's not like they're totally green to varsity level, just not at the starting spot. But yeah, the Patriots are actually undefeated in championship games. They are 4-0. They beat Washington twice, and I think O'Gorman was the other one that they beat. Oh, actually, Roosevelt beat them as well. And then, of course, last year beating O'Gorman. So 4-0, coming in, you think, oh my gosh, we lost everybody except for one starter on offense, and we're still second ranked. So obviously they realize the talent level that they still have.
Absolutely. Again, you're listening to the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Let's take a look at today's keys to the game. They're being brought to us by Dakota Discount RV. You can find the key to building lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. Just take a look at their great selection of RVs at 2 locations. Dakota Discount RV. You can find them across from Cabela's on JB Road in Blackhawk and DakotaDiscountRV.com. So, Dean, what will it come down to in this first meeting of the season?
Well, for the Lincoln Patriots, they lost 3-year starter Tate Schaefer. He headed over to USD. So they have a new quarterback. They actually had a quarterback controversy, so to speak. They duked it out over the summer. The sophomore, Brady Schaefer, won over Blaze Showers. You might recognize that last name, Schaefer. Brody Schaefer, rather, not Brady. Brody is the younger brother of Tate, so he's going to be a sophomore starting quarterback, and he won the job. So what is he going to be able to do at the varsity level? That's going to be probably one of the biggest keys. How well can he manage this team? Isn't necessarily how well he can throw it or whatever he might do. How well can he manage this team and the talent that they have? It's going to be the big question. For the Raiders, it's going to be how well are they going to be able to run the ball? Obviously, they got a big test in John Paul Sullivan and how well he's going to function as quarterback. Struggled last year in limited action that he had. How is he going to perform this year? But of course, like you said, they've got a line up front, including Elias Gillen, heading to Texas Tech. He is a monster up front. I suspect they're going to run behind him a lot. All seniors in this starting lineup up front for the Raiders. So establishing that run, I would bet would be a huge goal for them, for the Raiders coming into tonight.
And again, that's our keys to the game being brought to us by Dakota Discount RV. Again, you can find the key to building lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. And you can find them at 2 locations, Dakota Discount RV across from Cabela's on JB Road in Blackhawk and DakotaDiscountRV.com. Well, the Raider Marching Band is on the field. We are just moments away from the national anthem. And then we will take a look at the starting lineups, plus we will meet our officials. We've got more to come here in our pregame show. It looks like we do have a little bit of them before they get to the national anthem, so we will take a look at today's starting lineups. They're being brought to us by Connect Home Center. Again, today's starting lineups built by Connect Home Center and Ace Hardware. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumber yard since 1928. And Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Let's take a look at the offensive starting lineup. First for the visiting Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. At quarterback, number 8, Brody Schaefer, a 6-foot, 170-pound sophomore. At a running back, number 4, Joshua Myers. He is a 6-foot, 190-pound senior. At wide receiver, the only returning starter from last year on the offense, number 15, Michael Roach, a 5'10", 170-pound junior. Also at a wide receiver, number 20, Everett Starks, a 6', 160-pound sophomore. At a tight end, number 41, Joseph Plord, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. And also at a wide receiver, number 81, Lewison Akasi, a 6', 190-pound junior. On the line, are they getting ready for the national anthem, Dean?
I believe so.
So we will pause. We will finish the starting lineups when we return in 2 minutes on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital,
J&J Truck and Auto Body right here on Fox Sports Rapid City with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Thanks for joining us on this Labor Day weekend. We'll finish the starting lineup by these for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Again, our starting lineup built by Connect Home Center and Ace Hardware. So looking at the line for the offensive line for the Lincoln Patriots, on the line number 50 is going to be Lincoln Schumacher, a 6'1", 250-pound senior. At center is number 53, Andrew Werner, a 5'9", 240-pound junior. Also on the line, number 71, Brendan Whiting, a 6'1", 290-pound sophomore. We also have number 72, Brady Cartledge, a 6'2", 251-pound senior. And lastly, number 79, Tayton Fessler. Tayton is a 6'2", 290-pound senior. Head coach for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots is Jared Fredenberg. And now the starting lineups for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders on the offensive side of the ball. It looks like this. Starting at quarterback, number 7, John Paul Sullivan, a 5'10", 150-pound junior. At wide receiver, number 11, Landon Ofsted, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. Also at wide receiver, number 2, Jack Day. He stands 5'11", 150 pounds, and a sophomore. At a wide receiver, number 4, Grayson Riddle, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. And lastly, at wide receiver, number 10, Marcus Kuehl, a 6'1", 185-pound senior. At running back, number 26, Aiden Devine. Aiden stands 5'7", 145 pounds, and a junior. And on the line, offensive line for the Raiders, number 58. At tackle is Curtis Salazar, a 6'1", 282-pound senior. At a guard, number 68, Owen Cootie, a 6'2", 265-pound senior. At center, number 69, Connor Hickman. He stands 5'10", 215 pounds, and a senior. At a guard, number 74, Aiden Kellogg, a 5'10", 222-pound senior. And at tackle, number 77, Elias Gillen, a 6'6", 307-pound senior. Head coach in his first year for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders is Patrick Town, assisted by James Vollmer, Joe Moore, Chad Brooks, Jordan Lawrence, Doug Phelps, Tyler Olson, and Lance Schroeder.
It's not too often you get even a D1 commit, out here in West River. It's different places and, isolated situations in schools. It's obviously more prevalent with, more people, more schools in the Sioux Falls area. But out here, Elias Gillen, obviously Texas Tech, liked him and said, come on and play for our program. And so it's kind of exciting. I know, it was last year, 2 years ago, he was the right guard last year. Now he's over at the tackle. He's at the left tackle position, guarding the backside of John Paul Sullivan. So I'm sure he's quite happy to have somebody of that stature covering his backside.
Good luck, gentlemen.
The Raiders are getting the ball.
They elected to kick. Let's take a look at our officials. The Law on the Field is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Today's officials are your referee, Mike Oster, your umpire, John Weber. The head linesman is Jason McGow. Scott Jacobson is the line judge, and Joe Jacobson, the back judge. The time and temp for today's ball game, that's being brought to us by Precision Mechanical. When it comes to heating and air conditioning, Precision Mechanical is the #1 choice in the Black Hills. Don't sweat the rest of the summer. Just Google Precision Mechanical.
And we could definitely sweat, that's for sure.
Yes.
It's going to be hot this weekend. It's quite warm right now. Thankfully, we're in like a shaded area. Last week, we had the wind blowing us all over the place. I swore I lost even more hair on my head than that I've already lost.
We do have 85 degrees here on this Friday of Labor Day weekend here at kickoff.
I mean, that's significant if you think about it. You need more players because they got to get more rest just because you're sweating so much and everything like that. You need a little extra break. The heat just takes a toll. So it'll test the depths of these teams as well.
There's the kickoff. This one taken at the 1-yard line by the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, going from left to right and tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. But again, 85 degrees, the kickoff at 6 o'clock.
That was Augustus Javen, the 5'9 senior kick returner on that one.
And Dean, we are ready to go to see this new-look Rapid City Stevens Raiders team being led by Patrick Town, the first-year head coach after 4 seasons under Michael Scott.
And the first 2 years under Michael Scott, and of course when you have Tate Crosswood as your middle linebacker, they had a good set of linebackers, good D-line. They had a pretty stout defense a couple of years. Last year they struggled defensively, so it's going to be like another new look.
1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. They give the ball off, and the running back trying to get it to the outside on that far sideline slips.
Yeah, that was Roach. He did a little end around behind Schaefer.
Now trips left, one receiver to the right. There's a screen pass to the left side by Schaefer. And that Raider defense fired up. as they get the ball to number 81, Louis Inakasi.
Yeah, so one thing that the Patriots will do, their hurry-up offense, so you got to get set, you got to be ready, and then they're just going to dink and dunk you to death until all of a sudden they catch you sleeping and they're going to throw something over the top.
Man in motion from left to right. 3rd and 8 from the 31-yard line of the Patriots. The ball is broken up, or there's the pass intended for number 20, Everett Starks, but it's broken up by the Raiders.
Yeah, he just went and settled in that pocket, a little cover 2 situation, that little pocket. He ran right up the seam, turned around, little curl route, and it was a good-looking ball, but the defense read it well, and kind of everything arrived at the same time.
So the Lincoln Patriots on their first possession, they are forced to punt. 4th and 8 from their own 31. They have a man coming on late.
You got to love those first game blues, right? Oh, was I supposed to be on the punt team, Coach? I'm sorry.
It was a low snap, takes a bounce into the hands of the punter. There's the punt. It is Luke Hanslick who stays away from it, and the Patriots down the ball inside the Raider 40.
So great field position to start for the Raiders. As, like you said, new-look Raiders, now new-look Raider offense. I think it's going to look very similar to the, quote, old Raider offense, but we'll see who gets to settle into what role. But a great first job. Forced incomplete pass, 2 short passes covered really well by the defense. I think Mr. Vollmer, I believe James Vollmer is the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, so he's got to be pleased with his crew. You heard the crowd getting all excited about it.
And, you know, for a Labor Day weekend, of course, a lot of people like to travel, but we have a nice crowd here on this Friday evening.
Yeah, it is actually pretty decent there. Of course, the band in their gorgeous-looking blue uniforms.
Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun, hands the ball off to Devine. He tries to get through the gap on the right side, but he is going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain for number 26, Aiden Devine.
Yeah, and that defense is anchored. They got a couple returners on that 3-man front of theirs, including what's his name? Not Isaac, Lucas. I get the wrong one. Lucas Krempus, who I believe is going to SDSU as well to play for the Jackrabbits, but he's just a stud over there at defensive end.
2nd and 10, spread offense. Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun, looks to his right, has a receiver, makes the catch. No, it's incomplete. He couldn't hold on to it. He was hit immediately. That was intended for number 4, Grayson Riddle.
That's Grayson Riddle again. He got kind of like the play over here by the Patriots. He gets the ball, and as he's trying to secure it, the defender gets on him and does what every defender does. When you get to somebody, you don't just tackle him, you tackle him with your arm on the outside and bring those arms down and force the incomplete pass.
So now 3rd and 10 from the Raider 39. Sullivan out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. There's the pass, intended for Riddle once again on an out route. That is thrown way over the head of Riddle, incomplete, bringing up 4th and 10 for Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, I think Riddle ran out of room going to the sideline there. Safety, good help over the top. He had a defender underneath, so the over-under coverage was there. But I think had he delivered the ball in a little bit better spot, the problem is you throw it in front of the guy doing an out, but he was running out of bounds.
Nice punt by Rapid City Stevens, lands inside the 20 and rolls out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A nice punt there for Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, a nice job. Obviously, the offense not exactly what you wanted, but the defense stepped up big time first drive. Good special teams effort. We've seen many times. We saw it last week in the Wall Phillip game where turnover first possession by Phillip, and then a 10-yard punt on the second possession, and all of a sudden Wall scores twice in their first 2 possessions.
That was William Waddell with a punt, putting the Patriots back to their own 12-yard line. There's the handoff. And a first down, the first down of this ball game.
That was their starting running back, Joshua Myers, their senior. Got share time in the backfield last year.
Here's the pass to this near sideline. The receiver makes the catch. That's going to be number 20, Everett Starks.
Yeah, again, they just run a hurry-up offense, and you got to get set. The Raiders were not set that time. 2 wide-open Patriots in their white jerseys on this near side. An easy throw there after the big run by Myers.
Here's Schaefer out of the shotgun to Starks once again on this near sideline. He runs down the sideline, forced out of bounds after another first down. We'll see where they spot the football. It looks like Jacobson is saying move the chains.
And again, the Raiders, they're trying to figure it out. There's twins on the right side here. They had to get settled over. They drop into that cover 2.
They'll pass it this time to the big tight end, Plord. Plord at 220 pounds.
And the Raiders, they need a timeout right now. They are on their heels. The defense has no idea where to go and what position to go to. Hands on their hips already.
That's 3 first downs on this drive for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Schaefer now fakes the handoff, gets it to his receiver on the left side. We get a penalty marker that comes flying in.
Yeah, that was Roach over there. Again, they got twins on either side, and it's a little out route. Obviously, the Raiders trying to back up that cover 2, leaving wide open that little easy underneath route by Roach. I think he actually put his knee down, so he was down where it was, but we got hold. Looks like probably right in the middle of the field, probably a holding.
We'll hear from referee Mike Oster.
Maybe illegal substitution here. It looked like he was holding his arm.
Eligible player downfield, number 72 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay it now.
So a 5-yard penalty.
But that's going to be an opportunity for the Raiders at least to somewhat reset their defense. Almost as good as a timeout.
So now 1st and 15. The ball handed off to Joshua Myers, and he's going to be stacked up after a short gain right at the 35-yard line of the Raiders as they go from left to right.
See the Raiders kind of clawing at it. That's one thing you do. If you don't get down, if you get stopped and you don't get down, other players are going to come in. They're going to start ripping at that ball.
2nd and 11. There's the pass to Starks. He's going to be hit just shy of the 20-yard line, but he has enough for a first down.
Yeah, Kalen Brooks laid a little bit of a hit on it. I know they're trying to be careful on those type of hits. It looked like a little high. I looked legal, but kind of high, so it's something to be cautious about.
Schaefer again has a man in motion from left to right out of the shotgun. Gives the handoff. It goes to Myers. Myers spins out of a tackle. He's at the 20, the 15. Still on his feet, down to the 5-yard line, and tackled at the 4.
Boy, everything dead to rights he was. Kalen Brooks had his arms around him, dragging him down, and he just kept his feet churning, stepped out of the tackle of Brooks, found that little seam, and went trucking.
They go 2 receivers to the right. Here's Schaefer out of the shotgun. It's actually direct snap to Myers.
Yep. It was a bunch formation. They all kind of huddled in the middle. The line went up, and they all huddled in the middle, and then they broke way out, trying to catch the Raiders off guard, trying to figure out how to set their formation. Bunch to the left, and like you said, a little wildcat, little direct snap to Meyer.
8 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. And the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots knocking on the door. They're 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Schaefer rolling out to his right. Now he tucks and runs, heads for the end zone, and walks in untouched.
Yeah, everything was all covered in the end zone. They're kind of bunched up. He didn't want to risk it. He said, I've got some seams I can run through, and he took a look, didn't hesitate, pulled it down, and just like his athletic brother, just trucked right into the end zone.
So Brody Schaefer takes it from 6 yards out for the score on that hurry up offense. The Patriots go 88 yards. The extra point is good. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 7:54 remaining in this first quarter, Sioux Falls Lincoln has the lead over Rapid City Stevens by a score of 7-0. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
You ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Sales, service, and recreation as we welcome you back to Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Hope you're having a great start to your Labor Day weekend, and we thank you for spending part of it with us. Rapid City Stevens in their home opener. They trail Sioux Falls Lincoln with just a little under 8 minutes to play here in the first by a score of 7-0. Here's the kickoff by the Patriots, end over end, taken at the 5-yard line by the Raiders, out to the 10, the 15, still on his feet, and finally pushed backwards, but they'll give him forward progress to about the 20-yard line. Looks like number 13 on the return for the Raiders.
It's Luke Hanslick.
So Luke Hanslick on the return. And the Raiders will have the ball for the second time in this contest.
Yeah, obviously the field position not quite what it was this last time, but that Patriot defense, I think, you know, the Patriots, they scored in droves last year's amazing offense and good defense. This year, I think the focus is going to be more on the defense.
They give the handoff to Devine. He had some space there for a moment, but then he gets leveled as he gets past the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. That's going to be a gain of almost 7 yards. We're looking at 2nd and 3.
It's not shocking they ran to the left side behind Gillen there.
Yeah.
And his counterpart over on that side, Aiden Kellogg.
There's the snap, the handoff to Devine again. He is going to be real close to a first down. It looks like they'll spot him. This time he goes to the right side of the line. They'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line. 3rd and short coming up for Rapid City Stevens.
Was it a fairly decent job by Devine? Somebody grabbed him right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to get out of that wrap, able to get another yard or two.
Raiders forced a punt on their first possession, but now they're facing 3rd, and it's about 2 yards.
They got to get out of this. The clock's at 5.
Sullivan out of the shotgun snap. There's the handoff, this time to the right side. Enough for a first down. I'm not sure who the ball carrier was that time.
Yeah, was it 21, maybe?
I think they said number 34, Seth Kirby. I believe he's a senior running back.
Went to that far side over there.
Gets enough for the first down. Sullivan again out of the shotgun. There's the handoff. This one goes to number 26, Aiden Devine, but he is going to be wrapped up immediately. Just a short gain there of about a yard.
Yeah, the tackler got off of Gillen right away. You could tell Gillen as Devine kind of fell right at his feet, and Gillen kind of threw his head down and was like, oh man, I didn't sustain that block that time.
So we're looking at 2nd and 9 coming up from the 34-yard line of the Raiders. Spread offense now. Sullivan out of the shotgun. Has a man in motion. Fakes the handoff on the fake jet sweep. Has the receiver, makes the catch. That's number 4, Grayson Riddle. Right in the middle of the field. He's going to make the catch at the 41-yard line, and that brings up 3rd and short once again for the Raiders.
Yeah, so they're obviously trying to draw attention. You run that jet motion to the right side. That's going to bring the linebacker down from that side, maybe the safety on that far side. He'll step down to try to take care of that, and that's exactly where Riddle went. He settled right in that area where the defender was.
Again, one receiver to the right, two to the left. The ball on the right side hash marks. Sullivan out of the shotgun will get a penalty marker. We had movement in the backfield. It looks like that's going to be on Aiden Devine.
False start, offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So false start against the Raiders.
That was Ofsted, number 11.
So now we're looking at 3rd and about 7. They were facing 3rd and 2, but that 5-yard penalty now makes it 3rd and 7. The ball placed back at the 36-yard line.
We saw Riddle come running in at that last second. Cruz Martinez ran out.
Sullivan again from the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his right, pump fakes now on an out route, has a receiver. He is going to be, or they'll spot the ball just shy of the 40-yard line. On the out route there by, I think that was number 2, Jack Day.
I thought it was Riddle on that far side. But
it was either 2 or 4.
Yeah, but the thing was, it was well short of the first down. It wasn't like it was kind of right at the sticks or something, and maybe you can stop and make a play. Now I think we're going to get the punt team coming here at the last second. I mean, right now it's only 7-0. You don't want to risk it too much. Just 3:30 left to go here, a little over 3:30 to go here in the first quarter.
Here's the punt by the Raiders, Waddell. Lincoln will take it just inside their own 30-yard line. Nice return down the left sideline. Tripped up at midfield. And Lincoln will get the football for the 3rd time in this first quarter. They were forced to punt on their first drive. They scored a touchdown on their second drive as they lead 7-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. We have 3:18 remaining.
That was Edison Knoll there on the return for the Patriots, and Jack Day, the one who tripped him up, kind of looked like he was going to run down that seam and run down the sideline. But we got a penalty here, so we're going to see if this was after the punt.
So waiting to hear from Mike Oster.
What I thought was substitution, where they put their hand across their chest, is actually them talking in their mics.
Oh.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. That penalty is declined. First down, Sioux Lincoln.
So illegal formation against the Raiders. That penalty is declined. The ball is spotted just inside Raider territory at the just shy of the 48-yard line. Schaefer takes it, trips right out of the shotgun. There's a screen pass to the right side, but the receiver makes the catch, but hit immediately is number 12, Javon Augustus.
Yeah, and Austin Pigman read that amazingly. He was the running back was expecting the block by Plord, but Pigman just read it and fired right in there and got the big loss.
2nd and long now. There's the pass caught by Starks. Starks has wrapped up another penalty marker. Thrown right in the middle of the field is Everett Starks, who's been that go-to receiver for the Patriots in this first quarter. They'll spot him at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, definitely trying to gain that rapport there. And again, they're looking at that zone coverage. They're just trying to find the pockets. You just run. You'll run one or two deep to kind of stretch out the zone and then settle in the middle of a pocket.
Downfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. It's 3rd down.
So eligible receiver.
So the Raiders elect not to give them another shot at the pass since they're now at 3rd and 10 here. So interesting move. I mean, I'm actually for it. That's a pretty good job.
Ball at the 48-yard line. One receiver to the right, trips left.
And again, they're playing that zone that trips on that far side. You only got 2 guys over there, 1 guy deep.
Schaefer drops back, looks to his left, decides to keep the ball. Gets inside the 45-yard line, but you got about 4 Raiders there to make the stop after a minimal gain by Schaefer.
Yeah, he was looking. It's funny because I think there was receivers open quickly, but he looked, and he kind of pumped. I don't know if he was expecting to do like an out-and-go route and take a shot down the field, but he kind of pumped, he looked, did a great job of feeling the pocket, escaping it, and then decided to tuck and run. And Brooks was the first one there. He didn't bring him down, but then, like I said, a host of light blue jerseys get on him.
Patriots look like they will go for it on 4th down. 4th and about 5.
Easy call here.
Schaefer out of the shotgun. There's the pass. The ball thrown behind the receiver.
Probably good that he dropped the ball. That was Luke Hanslick covering over there. It was thrown behind. Hanslick actually had it in his hands, but hit the ground. That's probably good because the Raiders get better field position since he dropped it.
So a turnover on downs for Sioux Falls Lincoln. It will be Raider football. Let's check our scoreboard update. Right now in the second, Madison all over Belle-Fourche 28-0. In the first, it's Mitchell 7, Douglas 7. Also in the first, Brookings 7, Sturgis 0. And in the fourth quarter, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 21, Rapid City Central 13.
There's a give up the middle right away. And Devine again, he's carrying the load for the Raiders. Tons of running here, and he tries to get up the middle, but he's met at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he actually lost a yard.
And Dean, an update on the Cobbler game. Again, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 21, the Cobblers 13. 3:44 left in the ball game. The Cobblers have the ball at the Roosevelt 24-yard line.
How about that one? I know yesterday when they were doing their picks, I know Kearney picked Sturgis to beat Brookings right now, so he's a little behind the 8 ball on that one, but he figured the Cobbler-Roosevelt game would be competitive. Roosevelt's going to be down a little bit this year, new head coach and everything, so it's a chance.
Sullivan fakes the handoff, bootleg to his right as he rolls out, gets the pass away, but the receiver was intended, I think, for number 7, or I think it was actually John Paul who went out in that. As well, the quarterback was not Sullivan.
Yeah, it looks like Marcus, I don't know if it was a designed run, because Marcus Keel was downfield, wasn't even looking for the ball. He was at the 40-yard line of the Raiders and was blocking, and the ball went right by his head, so he wasn't even looking for it. So
55 seconds remains here in this first quarter. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Here's number 7, John Paul Sullivan out of the shotgun, out of the backfield, gets the ball to Devine, and he's going to be knocked down right at the first down marker. It is so close. But he was hit hard.
That was actually back at the line of scrimmage.
I'm sorry, yeah, at the line of scrimmage.
A chance, and he tried to use his speed out there, but he's only 570 and a $145, so he's got to be able to get out there and get out there quickly, and he just didn't have it, and now the Raiders are forced to punt again.
So the Raiders forced to punt for the 3rd time in this quarter. Here's the punt by Waddell. End over end, a nice punt inside the 20.
Great coverage.
Noel on the return, but he really had nowhere to run there, so very short return.
I think the Patriots want kind of a little unnecessary roughness out of bounds, but the Raider grabbed him while he was inbounds and then just finished the tackle out of bounds. But good coverage that time. Again, it was Edison Knoll, the senior, back over there in punt coverage.
Trips right. Here's Schaefer. Now he has a man in motion. Schaefer out of the shotgun, hands the ball off. It's going to go to Myers. Myers has some running room. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5 touchdown for number 4, Joshua Myers.
He was untouched.
He takes it 79 yards to pay dirt.
Absolutely great. It was, again, they run this sort of formation. First of all, they started a big stack, everybody in one line. Then they run out to their formation. That forces the Raiders to make an adjustment to get to where they need to. They get set. They put a player in motion. He does the little curl motion where he goes in and comes back out. And I think the Raiders kind of got lost in focusing on that. When they gave it to Myers, he just ran off tackle, and absolutely nobody touched him. as he outran the deep. They tried to angle. I thought maybe 2 Raiders might converge on him at somewhere around the 50, but he just outran him.
And the extra point attempt is good as well. I believe they don't have the scoreboard working here.
There you go.
But it is 14-0, so on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. At the end of the first quarter, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens by a score of 14-0. We will step aside. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Back to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Thanks for joining us on this Friday evening as we get you set for this Labor Day weekend. Rapid City Stevens trailing Sioux Falls Lincoln in the Raiders' home opener, 14-0 as we get set to start the second quarter.
Raiders are struggling to line up here. I think they're way out. They lost the 50-yard line, it seems like. They were standing over at the 35, now had to get up to the 50, at least that front line. They don't have to, but you don't want an easy onside kick.
Here comes the kick by the Patriots, going from right to left now, end over end. It goes into the end zone, so a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20, and the Raiders will have it for the 4th time in this ball game.
Chance now to kind of see, you're kind of getting the feel of what the Raiders are doing offensively. Tons of running. They don't want to just sit there and sling the ball all over the place. They want to give John Paul Sullivan kind of an opportunity here. Controlled passes. You're going to run it. You're going to short passes, and all of a sudden, somehow, you're going to find somebody running deep here, and I think that's kind of what they're looking for.
Empty backfield. Sullivan throws
like
it deep down the middle of the field. Has a receiver. He makes the catch at midfield. That's number 10, Marcus Keel.
Again, that's what they want. They want the lull. We've ran the ball, short throw, and then here comes this big play downfield. Again, he split the 2 safeties. He ran right down the middle of the field to cover 2, so you got a safety on each side on the hash mark. And he actually had to stop and kind of come back, but he had enough distance behind the safety that he's able to make that play.
That's a first down for the Raiders, and that's a Builder's First Source first down. Start your next project at BLDR.com. This is going to be Sullivan trying to break it to the outside, but instead he's going to be sacked back near midfield. Loses about a yard on the play.
Yeah, great job that time. It looks like it was Cole Knutson over there on the side. He had some blocking in front of him, but it wasn't enough. Knutson's able to shed the block and keep Sullivan wrapped up in there and not able to let him get away. So what looked like a promising room for him to run turned into nothing. In fact, a loss of 1.
So the ball placed at the Patriot 49-yard line. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Raiders. They'll go spread offense. Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun, and we're going to get a penalty marker. It's a delay of game against the Raiders.
You kind of think early on that's a little bit more of a possibility here as you're, playing for the first time. I know they played an inter-squad scrimmage last Friday night over at Sioux Park. But here you get game situation. you tried to iron out a lot of those things over there, and here you are getting things together, trying to get a play in.
Second penalty of this ball game for the Raiders. They're now looking at 2nd and 16. Sullivan out of the shotgun, pass to the outside. The receiver makes the catch, still on his feet, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds, lost his balance along that left sideline. Gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, which is the Lincoln Patriots 48-yard line.
Yeah, just a little hitch play over there. It was went to Caleb Kangatui. He had to kind of catch it high, bring it down, and then stop and turn around. Of course, you lose all your momentum when you have that, when you've got to bring the ball down and get upfield. So, but he did a pretty good job of trying to escape out of it.
So now 3rd and 10 from the Lincoln 48. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sullivan out of the shotgun, rolls out to this near side. Stops, there's the throw on a crossing route there, trying to get the ball to number 2, Jack Day, who made a diving effort, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. He did a good job of setting his feet, did Sullivan, but just leading him a little bit too much. Of course, Sullivan grew up in the St. Thomas More program. There are a lot of, hey, just make a play. Hey, just make a play. Okay, it's not that they don't know anything about football by any means. They do a great football minds in that coaching staff and whatever, but I think, last year he was trying to figure out you can't just come around and make a play. Looked like in that situation he was just trying to make a play and just couldn't deliver it where he needed to.
They go for it on 4th down. Sullivan rolls out to this near side. He puts it up, has a receiver, but he overthrows Jack Day, who was wide open inside the 15-yard line.
Again, right there, he's just trying to scramble around, make a play, gets over here. Looks like he's kind of right at the line of scrimmage. Are they going to have a flag? I see him kind of pointing over there, but they are. They're going to have an ineligible receiver downfield.
Number 4 of the offense. A penalty decline. 4th down. Corrected. 1st down.
It was big 4th down. Of course, get a penalty on that. It's declined, and now the Patriots will turn over on downs. But it was there. It was an opportunity. But, again, he's used to making those plays like that, but maybe he's not used to the rapport that he has with his receivers, and unfortunately threw it just out of the reach.
We'll have a scoring update in just a moment. 1st and 10 for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Brody Schaefer out of the shotgun. There's the handoff right up the middle once again, and breaking it to the left side, racing to the 20, the 10. Once again, number 12. That's Javen Augustus. And he's going to take that one 52 yards to pay dirt.
So obviously the Patriots are seeing something in the middle. Their line taking care of business at that D-line situation twice now, just right at the point of attack. Nobody there, blowing the hole wide open. You starts by using that spread offense. Everybody's kind of bunched up. They all move out wide. That scoots people out a little bit and gives you more room. You just overwhelm him at the point of attack, and he runs through it.
And the extra point is good. So with 10:22 remaining in the second quarter, it's been all Sioux Falls Lincoln. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. With 10:22 remaining in the second, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens by a score of 21-0. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. More high school football coming your way right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas at Danny Meno Toyota and get financing as low as 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Tacomas, Highlanders, Corollas, and Priuses. That's 5.49 financing for 5 full years. The next best thing to a new Toyota is a certified pre-owned Toyota, and we have them. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Danny Meno Toyota or DannyMenoToyota.com.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the
full-time auto sales, service, and detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports Rapid City, also on GoRaidersLive.com. The score actually 20-0. Forgot that they missed the extra point there, so 20-0 is the score. Here's the kick. It's going to take a bounce, taken at the 10-yard line by the Raiders. Nice return out to the 25-yard line, though.
That was Jack Day. Looked like he had a little bit of a hole, and my heart kind of went in my throat a little bit. I was like, oh, if he just steps by that last guy, I think he's got room to run, but they end up swallowing him up.
So Rapid City Stevens will have the football 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. This will be the 5th time tonight or this afternoon that the Raiders have had the ball. They've been forced to punt 3 times. They turned the ball over on downs their last possession. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun. There's the handoff to Devine. He has some running room. Devine through the gap on that left side, takes it to about the 28-yard line.
Coach Town definitely put the ball in the hands of Sullivan more that last possession than he did the previous 3 possessions. And it was kind of a nice thing. He made a couple of plays here. He tried to make a couple of plays. I think you can kind of see the potential there. Just kind of some adjustments to make, getting your feet, getting the receiver heading the right direction.
There's a bunch of offense now. It's 2nd and 7. Devine with the handoff, and he is going to be tackled for a loss back to the 29-yard line. A loss of 2. So 2nd and 7 now turns into 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate there. A great block by Owen Cootie was driving the end out of there. So a big opportunity, but then all of a sudden you've got the linebackers filling in that gap, and just great form tackle. And again, when you only weigh $145 and you're 5'9", you're not going to take on a big 200-pound linebacker.
We'll have a scoring update in just a moment. Out of the spread offense, Sullivan fakes the handoff, rolls out to the near side. It's going to be picked off by Sioux Falls Lincoln. That's number 14 who steps in there, Randy Nimley, to make the interception and the first turnover in this ball game for the Raiders.
Yeah, as Sullivan rolled out, he took a look. I think he had his target that he wanted, just did not see the defensive back behind him and try to make that play. And again, the AAA level, the speed of the defensive backs, the physicality is just that next level. And at other levels, you might be able to sling that in there and get a play, but there's just so much speed here.
Short field now for Sioux Falls Lincoln. 1st and 10 from the Raider 32. There's the pass. It is incomplete.
That was an interesting call. It was like a flea flicker version of it. It was the give to the running back, and then the running back, which was number 8, ended up being number 18, Samuel DeGroot. He is a junior, listed as a quarterback. He came in and he tried to throw kind of a screen play out there, a little trick-type play.
Schaefer out of the shotgun, screen pass to the right side. Starks makes the catch, gets away from the defender, races down the right sideline, and runs out of bounds inside or the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at about the 16.
That was just a great play on that side. There was nobody anywhere near Starks. He has plenty of room to run. Josh Bender tried to break down, but the move of Starks, he got past Bender.
1st and 10 again. They hand the ball off, heading for the end zone. Getting in from 16 or 17 yards.
Is that Meyer again? I'm trying to see.
It is Myers once again.
Again, the Patriots finding holes in the middle of that defense. Of course, that's where Crossweight was last year. He had a knack for closing those holes in that defense.
Here's the extra point attempt coming up for the Patriots. They snap, the hold, the kick, and it is splits the uprights. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, we have 8:29 remaining here in the second quarter as Sioux Falls Lincoln now leads 27-0 on that 17-yard touchdown run by Joshua Myers. They lead 27-0 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
It's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Time Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Sioux Falls Lincoln leading 27-0 over Rapid City Stevens. The Patriots kickoff. This one is going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. So the Raiders will have the football 1st and 10 from their own 20, going from left to right. Let's take a quick scoring update. With a minute 51 left in the ball game, the Cobblers scored to make it 21-19. They went for the 2-point conversion, but it failed. And the final score, Sioux Falls Roosevelt defeats Rapid City Central 21-19 is the final.
I'll tell you what, that's a great way to start the season by the. You don't like losses, but to go into Sioux Falls and narrowly a game of that magnitude, yeah.
There's a high snap, and then Sullivan fakes the handoff, tries to run to the near side here. He slides down as he was about to get hit. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 coming up for the Raiders.
Another interesting score right now. Spearfish leads T area up at Lyle Hare Stadium 14-0 still in the first quarter. That's, be honest, that's a shocker. I think T was like a second or third. Actually, yeah, third ranked T area.
We'll have more scores coming up for you here at halftime. We're 7:47 away from halftime. There's the handoff. A nice spin move there to get out of a tackle. Nolan Long for the Raiders takes it out past the 30 for a Raider first down, and that's a Builder's First Source first down. Start your next project at BLDR.com.
How about Nolan Long there getting it, 2 hands on the football, hitting through the crowd and bouncing off of white jerseys and able to get the big first down. So a great run by the second string running back there.
So 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Sullivan out of the shotgun, throws down the left sideline, and he overthrows the intended receiver. That looks like number 0, Caleb. I'll let you pronounce that.
Kangatui.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jameer Bird, the cornerback over there, did a great job, great coverage. I think the ball was a little bit over his head, which is probably a good thing considering Jameer wasn't even really looking at the ball, and I think Kangatui probably tried to make an adjustment and come back to it, but again, it was a little high.
So incomplete pass to Kangatui. Here comes John Paul Sullivan running in from the sideline after he got.
Yeah, and we only got 4 seconds on the game clock. He's got to snap it. And
I think we're going to get a timeout.
They're going to get a timeout the last second. So, fortunately, they're not able to get the play in.
So a timeout for the Raiders. That is their first charge timeout this quarter, or this half rather. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's been all Sioux Falls Lincoln in this one, as they lead by a score of 27-0 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Let's take a look at some other scores while we get a moment. As they start the third period, Rapid City Christian on top of number 1 ranked Canton, 10-7. Wow.
Yeah, big time game, of course. Everyone's big question Rapid City Christian moves up to Class A. How are they going to be able to adjust to it? Of course, they have a lot of talent coming back, and I heard someone say, we're going to know what kind of team or how well this team's going to be able to compete in Class A in the first 3 weeks, because they face the champs from last year. They face the top 2 teams coming in, Canton, Sioux Falls Christian, then you got Del Rapids. Big, just all top 5 teams in those first 3 weeks.
Some other scores with 7 minutes left in the third. Madison over Belle-Fourche, 34-0. You have Dakota Valley on top of number 2 ranked Del Rapids, 8-0 late in the first half. Sioux Falls Christian over West Central, 12-7. We'll get some more local scores too in just a moment. It is now 2nd and 10 for the Raiders from their own 32-yard line. There's the handoff. This one goes to Long. Long gets through the gap, still on his feet, had his helmet knocked off. And he does get some positive yardage out past the 35 to the 37-yard line.
He's got to cut his hair. It's the only way to keep that thing on. Maybe it's slick and it just popped up. He took a shot. Did a good job getting through. Needs to run a little bit low through the traffic there, through the trash, as I call it. But a good job. Again, more positive yards. The 2 positive plays they've had on this drive so far is Nolan Long doing a great job. Of course, he has to come out for a play when you lose your helmet.
So we're looking at 3rd and 5 for Rapid City Stevens. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Sullivan running over to get the play each time. And are we going to get another timeout?
We are.
Another timeout.
The clock was down to 1 second, the play clock.
Yeah, so each team has their own little system. Some shuttle in plays with players. Some have hand signals. Some have the quarterback run over to the sideline and get the play. You've got to have, if you're going to do that one, you've got to have a play ready to go so he can get back to the huddle right away. And that's now the second time they've had to call a timeout in this drive just because they can't get the play in time.
So we have a timeout with 6:29 remaining on the State Farm scoreboard in the second quarter. Insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. 27-0 is your score. The Patriots leading the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Some other scores, these from a Class 11B. Mount Vernon Plankington. We've seen the Titans the last couple of years. They're on top of St. Thomas More right now, 36-12, with 7 minutes left in the third. Also, at the end of the first half, it's Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central, all over Lee Deadwood. 42-0 is your score. So 3rd and 5. Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolls back to his left. This one he throws out of bounds as he was being pressured there.
Yeah, trying to escape the pressure. I don't know if he has quite the escapability as some other quarterbacks. He's just over there trying to make a play. He had an opportunity, but again, you're trying to throw the ball on the run. He had a receiver, but the receiver was covered. He throws it short. Can the receiver come back and get it? Maybe. It was kind of right at the sticks where the receiver and the defensive back were, so if he would have caught it on the way out of bounds, it would not have been a first down. So just a few corrections here. Of course, punt team, players running into the last second.
Here's the punt by Waddell. Edison Knoll back deep. Takes a high bounce. Knoll takes it at the 27-yard line, but he is going to be hit, actually the 22-yard line, and returns it just a few yards out to the 25.
Just I love the hustle down there. Aiden Kellogg, your big 222, 5'10 lineman. He is one of that first group. There are 3 guys down there to swallow up Knoll on that one. So forcing him back, and I'm impressed at least by the Raiders' punting game. They're able to force the Patriots back and long field to run, but unfortunately they've had some big plays that they've ran through.
So Sioux Falls Lincoln has the football. They've scored on their last 3 possessions. They've scored touchdowns. Rolling out and making the throw. I think we have a new quarterback in there as well.
Is it Showers? Is it number 7?
It is Blaze Showers.
Blaze Showers, a transfer, actually not last year, but the year before that, came over from Harrisburg. Probably saw Sam Knuth and was like, okay, I'm not going to beat him out. I'm going to go somewhere else where I have a chance at it.
There's the handoff through the gap on the right side, a few yards there.
and it was Showers and Schaefer who actually had that quarterback battle over the summer. Great battle coming through it, and Coach Fredberg gave it to Showers. He said he just did a better, gave it to Schaefer, said he did a better job, but Blaze Showers, the senior.
Showers out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands the ball off. That's going to go to Jackson Vakurovich, a 5'7", 183-pound senior. Takes the ball to the 33-yard line. 4th and 2.
And the Raiders get a big stop here that they needed as we tick down toward 5 minutes here left to go in this second quarter. The Patriots are going to have to pump the ball away. I think the Patriots kind of turned conservative all of a sudden. They had they scored twice on the first play of the possession in the last 3 possessions, and now they kind of just went through the middle.
High snap. Here's the punt by Sioux Falls Lincoln. The ball takes a bounce. The Raiders get away from it. As number 13, that's Luke Hanslick, says, stay away.
Yeah. Get away, get away. He was even somewhat close to it. You got to watch that because it's a football. It could bounce in any direction, and he was just saying get away, but he's a little too close for comfort for my taste.
Just the second punt of the ball game for Sioux Falls Lincoln as they lead 27-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Raiders with one more opportunity. They have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to work with. They trail by 4 scores to the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, the number 2 ranked team in the latest poll. Number 1 is Harrisburg, followed by Lincoln, Brandon Valley, who we see next week, followed by O'Gorman and Washington.
So we've got some great players coming up we're going to take a look at here in the next few weeks.
Sullivan with an empty backfield, out of the shotgun, takes the snap, gets rid of the football, and it is broken up. It was intended for number 4, Grayson Riddle, but the defender steps in there, almost picks it off and breaks it up.
Yeah, that was Cole Knutson got in there. I thought he was going to intercept that one. Everybody just arrived all at the same time. And again, the receiver has to help the quarterback out. He just can't. When you get a zone, you settle into a zone, but you can't just settle and stop right in the middle. You've got to be able to move yourself around in the zone and give yourself a good target for your quarterback to sling the ball in there. A decent throw. I don't think he had quite the arm strength that they were kind of hoping for, at least to get the ball to him. So that might have been a little bit of a factor. But, again, you've got to be able to adjust if you're a receiver. You've got to be able to get yourself in a spot where you're not going to have the defensive back read that and pick it off.
So 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line. Almost intercepted once again. They were trying to get it to this near side to Landon Ofsted on a hitch route there. Instead, it's going to be almost. It was underthrown and almost intercepted.
Yeah, it was. Everybody had to kind of dive for it. Of course, Ofsted, who was farther upfield, had to try to turn around. Well, the defensive back had a better break on it. Low ball, he would have had to dive and pull it off of the turf, and he didn't, unfortunately. And so that one drive where Sullivan made a few plays, they had a couple of big ones, and now they put the ball back into his hands, and unfortunately it's not working at the moment.
Just a reminder, the Consolidated Construction halftime show coming up in just a few minutes right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. 3rd and 10 from the 21-yard line. Sullivan scrambles out of the pocket, and he is going to be tackled after a gain of about 5 yards, but we get a flag on this near sideline.
It was an illegal formation, I believe, kind of right at the last second. There were players running to get set. They're over here talking to Coach Fredenberg about what to do, so that's kind of what I thought it was. Illegal shift.
And that's a wrench law flag on the field. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, whether it's a DUI, criminal charges, or an injury case, you need the right lawyer on your side. With over 30 years of experience, Tim Wrench is a trial lawyer and will help you get the best possible outcome for your case. Call number 1 is to Wrench Law at 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com. Again, thanks for joining us on Fox Sports Rapid City. Also, thanks for Also, watching us on GoRaidersLive.com, not necessarily watching us, but watching on GoRaidersLive.com. High snap to Sullivan. He gets out of the pocket, overthrows the receiver on an out route. That's Grayson Riddle, who was the intended receiver. And now we're looking at 3rd and long for the Raiders.
He had a spot there. Riddle had it right there about the 25-yard line. It wasn't going to be a first down, but he was open enough that if Sullivan can deliver it right into the pocket there, but it was just a little overthrown. So, unfortunately for Sullivan, who just has not been able to hit his targets.
4th and 15 for the Raiders. Player comes on late, but Raiders forced to punt with 4 minutes remaining. Here's the punt by the Raiders. It takes a bounce at the 45. The Patriots will let it bounce. It takes a Raider bounce inside the 40-yard line.
It's a nice job considering he was standing on the goal line, and the Patriots had brought the house that time trying to block the kick, and we're going to get a penalty on the field here. It's on the near side. Is that
Scott Jacobson talking to the head coach.
Another illegal shift.
So an illegal shift on the Raiders.
Yeah, I would say they're going to make him kick it again. Back him up, stick him in the end zone, maybe get a better shot at a return. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So the punt team has to come back on again. You're going to get the punter's going to stand about in the middle of the end zone, probably right on the R of the Hard Rockers there. And they're going to bring, again, they're going to bring the house.
The ball placed back at the 11-yard line. 4th and 20 for the Raiders.
Bringing 7. And he drops the ball.
He drops the ball. We get a safety as he was tackled in the end zone. The punter not able, after he dropped the ball, tried to grab the ball again, but instead he's going to be tackled in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, and that one's it's a little risky. You fall on it is one thing, but he had players right there. Another thing you can do is turn around and kick it out of the back of the end zone to avoid you picking it up and then fumbling it, and they recover it for a touchdown. So some risky play there. After I sang praises to the punt team, low snap. Of course, that wasn't the punter's issue. I think he's done a great job so far. But again, just a forced error. I think the fact that the Patriots were bringing the house that time kind of sent that errant snap.
So with that safety, the score now on the State Farm scoreboard makes it 29-0. Sioux Falls Lincoln on top of Rapid City Stevens and the Raiders home opener. And the Raiders here at home again next week, playing in the annual Rushmore Bowl before they hit the road for the first time the week after, taking on the Sturgis Brown Scoopers.
Always excited for the Rushmore Bowl. It's love that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of excitement.
Always brings out just a big crowd for two games.
Yep.
The game's at 4 and 7 next week. Raiders playing Brandon Valley in the first game. The Cobblers taking on Spearfish in the second game.
Who right now still lead T area in the second, 20-6.
Wow.
That is that's going to turn out to be a great game next week.
3 minutes, 45 seconds to go before halftime. Sioux Falls Lincoln on top, 29-0. Here comes the kick, end over end by the Raiders. Knoll takes it inside the 25, out to the 30. The 35-40 has some room into Raider territory, tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. I think the ball was loose for a moment, but recovered by the Patriots.
Ball was on the ground. I think it was forced by Austin Pigman that time by the Raiders. He was the first one to get to him, and then all of a sudden the ball hits the deck, but Patriots get it, keep the ball.
Patriots have some time now, 3 minutes and 38 seconds to work with. They will be 1st and 10 from the Raider 38-yard line. 8th time they've had the ball in this first half. There's Schaefer, fakes the handoff on the quarterback keeper, gets to the 35, the 20, racing down the right sideline at the 10. He's in for the score.
Wow, he just did a great job. Great play fake, kept the ball, went off that right side, found a blocker. Teammate was down in front of him. He's like, hey, lead the way for me. And he just followed him. Then he ran past him, and 2 more Raiders had a shot at him before he hit the end zone and just could not get their hands on him enough to bring him down. So great footwork there by Schaefer that time as he kind of tiptoes around and makes his way into the end zone.
Here's the extra point attempt by the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. And that one, I think, was
blocked.
hit by the Raiders.
Yeah. Someone got a hand up there and knocked the ball away. So another failed extra point attempt.
So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, 3 minutes, 27 seconds to go before halftime. And Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens 35-0 is your score. Let's step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Auto sales, service, and detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday evening. Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports Rapid City, also on GoRaidersLive.com. Here's the kickoff by Sioux Falls Lincoln. It bounces inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be picked up by the Raiders, trying to find some running room from right to left, and then we get a flag that comes flying in. That's a Wrench-Law flag on the field if you find yourself in a difficult situation, whether it's a DUI, criminal charges, or an injury case. You need the right lawyer on your side. With over 30 years of experience, Tim Wrench is a trial lawyer and will help you get the best possible outcome for your case. Call number 1 is to Wrench Law at 605-341-1111. wrenchlaw.com.
And that's going to go against Caleb Brooks. Hansley caught it, and he had 3 white jerseys in front of him. He reverses direction, looked like he had a chance. He ran right to where Brooks was, and Brooks just threw his shoulder into it. I think he obviously a block in the back as he blocked the Patriot, and then Hansley tried to turn the corner and was able to get tackled, so half the distance backwards, and the Raiders set up shop there just outside the 5.
There's the snap to Sullivan. He'll hand the ball to Long. Long takes it out to about the 7-yard line for a short gain of 1 yard.
The thing with Long, he has tons of wheels. The kid is just a speedy kid. I actually had a chance to coach him about 3 years ago. And he gets to the outside, and he is off to the races. Competed in track as well, but get him through the middle, get him through that first wave, and get him into the secondary. I think we can break one.
2nd and 9 from the 7-yard line, and another penalty marker.
So unfortunately for the Raiders, they're just kind of falling apart here. It was the Patriots doing their job, giving the Raiders all they could handle. Now all of a sudden the Raiders, it's penalties and going backwards, and just incomplete passes. They just can't get any cohesiveness going on. It looked moderately promising. I mean, we saw that first drive. They kind of stalled right away. Then they had a few things, made some plays, made some throws, got through the line. It looked like things were going to kind of start to turn around, and now that's quickly dissipated.
So false start will back them up inside the 5. 2nd and long. They'll hand the ball off. This goes to, I think it was Nathan Long.
Nolan
Long, I'm sorry. It's a gain of about 5 yards.
I think it was Martinez. I think it was 29 Martinez.
Oh, okay. Cruz Martinez. Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. Sullivan out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They hand the ball off once again.
That's Devine trying to get up the middle. Not a lot of room to run. Again, a lot of returners for the Lincoln Patriots, including, we talked about him at the beginning of the show, Luke Krempus. It's a defensive end over there.
So the Raiders facing a 4th and 7 from just inside the 10-yard line. Edison Knoll back deep on the return. Here's the punt by Waddell. It's going to take a bounce at the 40 and roll out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. So the Patriots will have one more opportunity, but the clock will run. Or it is running still. Yep, a minute 40.
It should not. It's the
but
first
it is,
half.
Yeah. Even though it is 35-0, the clock now.
And I think they're signaling to stop the clock, and they might have to put some time back on the clock here.
Because if we're looking at the 35-point rule, that would be the second half, correct?
Yep, and I see, and then they caught it right away. They're going to correct the time. I think it was 144 is where I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
When
I know it
looked
was.
Over. Or was it 134? I think it was 134. Mike Oster's going to head over here and talk to the sideline.
And they will adjust the clock.
Long way up there. They got to hear exactly what they're doing. They're going to put it at 140.
So it's Sioux Falls Lincoln football with a minute 40 to play. Schaefer with the pass. Making the catch, number 15, Michael Roach, able to get out of a tackle, but instead tried to break to the outside, and he is going to get tackled for a loss back at midfield.
Yeah, there was penetration into the backfield. It was kind of a little tunnel screen. He's supposed to get it and supposed to head up field, but I don't know why he elected to try to go back across the formation after that catch. And again, there was Raiders there.
Here's the handoff to Myers. Myers breaks it to the outside. He has had quite the night. He steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
He tried to keep it in bounds. He wants the clock to run. He was kind of tiptoeing out there, but he didn't want to go out of bounds. But he stayed upright. It's like you either need to fall down or something, because you are going to get lit up if you just stop along the sideline. I'm sure the coaches, they'll coach him up with that situation. It's like that's a free opportunity for a defender.
3rd and 2 coming up from the 38-yard line. Schaefer on the quarterback keeper, able to take it down to the 30-yard line. A penalty marker comes flying in from the back judge.
Well, that was a great throw. It was about a 15-yard toss for the flag there. Let's see what happens. Was it a face mask on the way down? I saw a big hand come in there kind of the last second. I know they were trying to knock the ball away, obviously trying to force a fumble. You're taught that. But this is going to be holding against the
offsetting penalties.
Yep, I think it was a holding against the Patriots, face mask against the Raiders. Offsetting, you'll replay the down.
So from the 38-yard line, we're still looking at 3rd and about 2. Lincoln needs to get to the 36 for a first down with 58 seconds remaining before halftime. Brody Schaefer out of the shotgun. Screen pass left side. It's going to be caught by the receiver. That's number 81, Lewison Akasi. Akasi goes out of bounds inside the 30, but he gets the first down for the Patriots.
Again, keeping himself in bounds. He wants the clock to run here.
Again, Schaefer dropping back. He gets rid of the football as, he gets hit as he was getting rid of the football. He overthrows his receiver in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, was that Roach back over there?
It was number 15, Michael Roach.
Roach over there. He had Hanslick all over him, and it was Kalen Brooks that was right in the face of Schaefer that kind of forced that errant throw.
Schaefer out of the shotgun, keeps it himself. He's at the 20, the 15, gets to the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown.
And he just dances around and just makes plays. He's just got great moves. He can stop on a dime, change directions. I can kind of see why Coach Fredenberg went with him. I mean, you want to see a quarterback throw the ball. Obviously, that's one of their major jobs. But when he can pull the ball down and he can dance through defenses and just break ankles left and right, I mean, that's just an extra thing to add on.
Here's the extra point attempt. That one is good. So now it's 42-0 on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. We're down to the final 37 seconds of this first half. And like we said, Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Rapid City Stevens 42-0 is the score. We'll step aside for just 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. It will be Raider football after that last touchdown by the Lincoln Patriots. The number 2 ranked Lincoln Patriots leading 42-0 on the State Farm scoreboard.
It's hard to believe you lose all but one starter and you're still ranked number 2 after winning, going undefeated last year.
Raiders take the ball inside the 5-yard line out to the 10, the 15, and tackle just shy of the 20-yard line on that return.
That was Caleb Kangatui.
So the Raiders will have the ball one more time here in this first half.
I don't remember. I know they've used 2 timeouts. I don't remember if they used one earlier on in the first quarter.
I believe they just used the 2.
Just the 2 in that couple drives ago.
They have 31 seconds to play in the second quarter. Sullivan goes out of the shotgun, takes the snap, out of the backfield, hits his receiver. Number 10, Marcus Keel. Keel is going to be stopped at the 22-yard line.
Great tackle that time. It was 10 on 10. Marcus Keel with the catch, and Connor Gray, the senior linebacker. Nice form tackle on there. They're taught eyes through the thighs, and he did exactly that. He got his shoulder pad right on his hip and brought him to the ground.
And he spot the ball at the 21-yard line. That's a short gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8. The clock runs out. That's the end of the first half here at O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City. It's the Raiders' home opener, and on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's halftime, and it's been all Sioux Falls Lincoln. They lead Rapid City Stevens by a score of 42-0. We will step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, it's the halftime show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
If it's time for a new roof, maybe it's time we talk. Hi, I'm Scott Durkis with Premier Systems Roofing. We offer free inspections and estimates, full labor and manufacturer warranties, and we are a preferred contractor for insurance companies. We've been a South Dakota company since 2002, serving the entire state, and we are proud to sponsor South Dakota sports and activities. Premier Systems Roofing, on time, on budget, and on call 24/7.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
For 125 years, Security First Bank has been the bank, a dependable fixture of the community and innovators of what comes next. As we celebrate our history, we remain committed to your dreams with dedicated and driven people, expertise, and attention. Because when you're at the bank, you're driven by the people who are your customers, neighbors, and friends. And that's been our commitment since 1898. Security First Bank. We're the bank.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Signature wings, world-class burgers, and the best steak in Rapid City. All that plus a perfect spot to watch the game found right here in Rapid City at Shooters. From its full and complete menu, its one-of-a-kind dessert menu, Shooters has everything you want. Also looking for a little value in your meal? Order online or by the Shooters app and use the promo code LiveTicket to receive 20% off your order. Again, that's LiveTicket for 20% off at Shooters in Rapid City.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
Where will you find the Black Hills' best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs? Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet. That's where. Shop GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Plus, used Chevys and GM certified pre-owned. Many are late model local trades. Shop over 300 used vehicles and buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. And we're paying top dollar for all trades. See us at Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet or DannyEmanuelRapidChevrolet.com.
Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of local youth sports. They invite you to experience the difference at the area's newest locally owned steakhouse. From their local and regional sourced ingredients to their perfectly seared steaks, you're sure to enjoy. They look forward to seeing you. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of all local youth sports. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse, experience the difference.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Give it off to Sioux, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or by the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
Springtime is the best time to buy an SUV from Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Choose from late model local trades, Fords, GMCs, Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, Subarus, Chevys, and more. Plus, we have the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned trucks and SUVs. To make it easier on your bank account, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. The used sport utilities you want are here at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City as we welcome you back to the Consolidated Construction Halftime Show, built by Consolidated Construction. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Just a quick reminder, Fox Sports Rapid City is your new radio home in western South Dakota for South Dakota State football. The Jackrabbits face off against number 17 Oklahoma State in Stillwater, Oklahoma, Saturday at noon. The kickoff is at noon, so catch the South Dakota State football right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Can't wait for another fun season of Jackrabbit football.
Yeah, absolutely. Back-to-back FCS championships, and now they're going to head into Stillwater, a tough place to play. 100,000, I think they said it holds just awesome, but Gronowski he's ready to go. Just coming back, and the Jackrabbits exciting to watch right here in South Dakota.
Again, absolutely. And the kickoff at noon tomorrow. Catch it, all the action of Jackrabbit football right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Looking at some other scores real quickly across the state and locally. In Class 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Roosevelt holds on for the win over Rapid City Central, 21-19. But if you're the Cobblers, under second-year head coach Brandon Kolpitz, you got to be happy. Again, you're not happy of a loss, but boy, they must have put up the effort today.
Yeah, the fact that you went down there and you competed the whole game. You had a chance to win. They scored and then went for the 2-point conversion and couldn't make it. But, yeah, they've got to be really excited coming back because they got to play Spearfish next week in the Rushmore Bowl. So it's got to be the bus ride home. It's going to be mixed emotions anyway. You lost, but, boy, you got to feel a little bit of confidence.
Absolutely. Looking at some other scores in Class 11 AA at halftime, T-Area, they were trailing, but now they lead Spearfish 22-20 at halftime. It's Mitchell all over Douglas, 41-7 at half. With 10 minutes left in the third quarter, Brookings 24, Sturgis nothing. In Class 11A, with 5 minutes left in the fourth, Rapid City Christian leading number 1 ranked Canton, 16-14 is the score. Rapid City Christian, we know they have a lot of talent, a lot of athletes on that team, and they are giving Canton everything they can throw at them.
Yeah, it was 10-7. The Comets were leading, and then Canton scored, and the Comets came back and scored. It's going to be really tough. Kane Wallner for Canton, 6'4", 220, an amazing athlete all around, running back, linebacker. He's a handful to deal with, but right now the Comets ahead.
So the Comets leading Canton 16-14. A final from earlier today, Madison over Bellefouche 41-6. Also, at the end of the first half, Lennox 20, Vermilion 7.
How about Dakota Valley leading number 2 Del Rapids 16-0 at the end of the first half?
That's a big score there. Also, with 4 minutes left in the third, Custer at home leading Tri-Valley 13-12.
That's amazing because Tri-Valley they had multiple losses last year, but they were so close, so really tough, and they ended up winning like their first-round playoff game when they were the underdog for that one. But we knew they were really tough, so coming back again this year, they received some votes, but Custer just doing all they can.
Then Class 11B, Mount Vernon Plankington over St. Thomas More, 36-30. You have 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Woonsocket Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central defeats Lee Deadwood 42-6. Winner 10 better than Wagner, 16-6 with 1 minute left in the second. Hot Springs and Miller Highmore Herald tied at 7 in the third quarter.
You know, and St. Thomas More was trailing in that game, like 36-14 or something. They've come storming all the way back.
And just quickly in 9-man football, looking at 9A up there in Buffalo. A game that, we did Wall last week in Class 9A. They have the big matchup with number 2 Wall taking on number 5 Hardin County Bison. And right now at halftime, number 2 Wall, which again, a team we saw that we broadcast last week, defeating Hardin County 28-8.
And how about Hill City over Lemon 34-0? They had a huge win over Stanley County last week. And Kadoka is rolling over Lyman 46. They got some votes this year. Could be a surprise team.
Just a reminder, Matt Kearney will have Score Central coming up at the end of our broadcast tonight, where he will run down all the scores, both locally and across the state. And he'll get you up to date and let you know how everyone did in high school football That's Score Central with Matt Kearney at the conclusion of our broadcast here tonight. Here's the kickoff. It'll be taken by the Lincoln Patriots inside the 10-yard line. This is Roach on the return out past the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line is where he will be, or well, they will spot the football.
He was just shedding tacklers right in front of that Lincoln Patriot bench and just kept going and just shucking them off just like a ear of corn.
Lincoln Patriots had the football 9 times in the first half. They scored 6 touchdowns. They were forced to punt just twice and had 1 turnover on downs.
Just trying to look to see who they had in at quarterback here. See mostly the starters in so far. There's Roach getting shifted.
It is a much taller quarterback, so Blake Showers, I believe. Blaze Showers in at quarterback.
Yep, Blaze Showers coming in again. He's the senior. Transferred over from Harrisburg a couple of years ago.
So no gain that time on the carry by Joshua Myers. Again, we have Brody Schaefer in. Or no, it's Showers still in. Out of the backfield. Connects with his receiver on that far sideline. That's Javen Augustus, who has 1 touchdown in this ball game. He is close to a first down.
Yeah, no, they're going to spot it. He must have stepped out. They're going to spot it 3 yards back. So
the ball at the 44-yard line of the Patriots. So 3rd and 3 from the Patriot 43-yard line or 44-yard line. There's the quarterback keeper to Showers.
He's stuffed up. Caleb Brooks from his linebacker spot filled the hole well. Looked like he was going to do what he'd done the first half, dance right through the line, but Brooks spotted it quickly, got a shoulder on him, and drove him backwards.
We will have a running clock here in the second half with the Lincoln Patriots leading Rapid City Stevens by a score of 42-0. There's the handoff to Myers. Myers gets through the line. He is heading for pay dirt. The 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown once again for Joshua Myers.
Wow, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Right away, they just stuck the ball in the gut. It's like, let's just keep running with it. And Myers just explodes through the wide open hole. I don't think he was touched that time either. So he's kind of untested as far as physicality getting through there, but you can tell that he's a great head of steam, great power in his run, and great open field. Just absolutely outran the defense up the gut.
Here's the extra point attempt coming up for the Patriots. They're going to blow that dead, though. They have 2 players, 2 Patriots running to the sideline.
Too many. They got to get a substitution in there.
Still waiting that extra point after that 56-yard touchdown run by Joshua Myers. All the touchdowns this evening by the Patriots have been rushing touchdowns. The extra point is no good. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 9:24 remaining here in the third quarter, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens by a score of 48-0. We'll return in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Lifetime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Correction on that, it was not a 56-yard touchdown run by Josh Myers. It was only 54 yards. But it's still that third touchdown of the game for Joshua Myers.
Yeah, he's got to be thanking his line right now because they are opening up huge holes and he is exploiting them heavily. Now we're going to get a chance to see the Raiders here on offense. Again, I think they need to get the ball out of J.P. Sullivan's hands quickly.
They'll be 1st and 10 going from their own 20, going from right to left. Sullivan out of the shotgun, hands the ball. It goes to Devine. He has some running room through the gap on the right side.
I think that's long, actually. Or is it Devine? No. He did a great job at hitting the hole. Good spot there. Again, they got big guys up front. They want to be able to run this football. They can't just stick the ball in the hands of Sullivan. I know they tried several series and they were successful in one of the series. A lot of the other ones, it just isn't there. That's not the type of team they are. I know, several years ago they had Jed Jensen. He was just a playmaker, very athletic, run around. Sullivan is not that type of player.
They hand the ball again to Aiden Devine. Devine takes it out past the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
So that first play, that was a first down for Devine.
That was a Builder's First Source first down. Start your next project at BLDR.com. I have the second first down of the game for the Raiders.
I believe so.
Sullivan out of the shotgun, hands the ball off to Devine once again, tries to cut back to his left. Instead, he's going to be tackled. It's going to be a short gain out past the 40, just shy of the 41-yard line, going from right to left.
I think they have 3. I think they got one in the first quarter. They were over here. They got one, and then they got the big pass going back in the second quarter over there. So
just the third first down for the Raiders.
Again, you're in a situation like this. If you're trying to win the game, maybe the adjustment is to start slinging the ball around a little bit. But I think to kind of get things, set the tone for the season right here, it's going to be running the football a little bit more.
Sullivan, pressured, out of the pocket, gets rid of the football. We're going to get a couple of flags.
And again, I'm not quite sure what the play was. You've got Caleb Kangatui. He's blocking the guy. So they're going to call pass interference on Kangatui. Sullivan throws it, but he's not even looking at it. That's the second time in the game when Sullivan's throwing to him, but he's not even looking for the ball. He's like blocking. I don't know if is he expecting a run there? That's kind of an interesting, scenario here where, where are they, what's the disconnect is the word I'm looking for between Kangatui and Sullivan. Now, they've changed some rules this year, and I talked to my friend Brett Distel. He was talking about where they spot the ball when there's holding. It used to be when it would be a spot foul when they held down beyond the line of scrimmage. Now I think they take it from the previous spot, and all the holding penalties are all back behind the line of scrimmage. It's something like that, but it's a change this year in high school football.
Sullivan on 3rd and long, takes the snap out of the shotgun, throws down the middle of the field, has an open receiver racing down that left sideline. That is Jack Day, tries to cut back to his left, has the first down in Lincoln territory.
And that's what we talked about. There are going to be times when Sullivan can make plays, and instead he kind of stayed in the pocket there. He retreated, got an open opportunity, found a wide open Day right in the middle of the field, right across the Miners hat, and Day just outraces the defense and is able to get a big first down.
So that moves the ball down to the Patriot 43-yard line. Again, the clock will continue to run here in the second half due to the mercy rule, as it is 48-0. Sioux Falls Lincoln with the lead. There's the handoff. Right up the middle is the runner or the carrier for.
That's long that time. I think he got to the 40. Are they going to give him that progress? But going right up the middle.
Nolan Long takes it to the 40 for a gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Just under 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Raiders come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go spread offense. John Paul Sullivan will go out of the shotgun. Has a man in motion. There's the jet sweep to the right side.
It's Hanslick.
Hanslick with some running room is real close to a first down as he takes it past the 35 down to the 34-yard line. And we're looking at about 3rd and 1 coming up for the Raiders.
Yeah, they've been attacking middle. Now they run. I think it's the first time they ran the jet sweep here this evening. And as kind of Lincoln was kind of focused a little bit more on the middle, able to get some room as they attack the outside.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sullivan out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off to Long.
He's going to get another first down. Straight ahead.
And that will be a first down.
Was that Long, or maybe that was 29? Maybe that was Cruz Martinez.
Either way, it's a Builder's First Source first down. Start your next project at BLDR.com. Nice drive here by the Raiders.
Yeah, obviously that big play by Sullivan hitting Jack Day in the middle of the field, but now they've a couple back-to-back plays here, getting it on the ground through the middle.
1st and 10 from the Patriot 32-yard line.
That's Long.
Here's the handoff to Long, who takes it inside the 25-yard line. That's a nice carry. A pickup of about 6, maybe 7 yards, depending on the spot. The line of scrimmage was at the 31-yard line. They'll spot the ball at the 26. So a gain of 7, looking at 2nd and 3 for the Raiders. Clock continues to run. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter, as the Patriots lead 48-0.
I think this is kind of what we were expecting a little earlier, this being able to grind it up the middle with your big guys up front.
Sullivan gives the ball to, I think that's number 30.
Yep, that's Long again.
Nolan Long.
Yeah, he had to kind of stop. There was some penetration into the backfield. He had stopped and tried to change directions, and you got to make a decision and get through it. And unfortunately, the defense is able to catch up on that one.
Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain by Long, so 3rd and 3. From the 24-yard line, the Raiders need to get to the 21 for a first down. They have 5 first downs in this ball game. John Paul Sullivan goes out of the shotgun, tight formation, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, decides to keep it himself, has the first down inside the 20.
There was a mix-up with him and the Long in the backfield. I think they were going to fake that play kind of when they've been running, fake that little off-tackle play to the left. They ran into each other. Sullivan turned around. He did find a hole, so he was able to, again, he's a playmaker. He can get around there, and he got through the hole, like you said, got the first down.
So that's a Builder's First Source first down once again for the Raiders. Again, start your next project at BLDR.com. John Paul Sullivan comes racing in. They have 10 seconds now on the play clock. They need to show urgency up to the line of scrimmage, down to 4 seconds. Trying to get the ball off, they just do. Sullivan drops back, 3-step drop, passes to the outside. Hanslick makes the catch, heading for the end zone. He is in for the score!
A great throw, great pitch and catch there. Hanslick just coming across the formation. Does a nice little out route, has the catch, heads up field, actually broke a couple of tackles and busted into the end zone. Unfortunately, we've got an injured Raider on the field, so they'll take a look at that. But Sullivan had plenty of time to take a look. Again, found his receiver crossing over there, and made a great throw, wide open, not a white jersey anywhere near him until he headed into the end zone.
So the trainer is taking a look at,
I think it is
injured Raider.
Yeah, what they don't want to see, number 58, Curtis Salazar, I think. And now he gets up, and they're going to take him off the field. So, yeah, that was Salazar. So he'll walk off. So they'll get a replacement for him. And the Raiders with the chance to add to their score here.
We saw some good things by the Raiders on that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Salazar wasn't in there, so they got to get a replacement for him.
Touchdown pass from John Paul Sullivan to Luke Hanslick. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good.
It's Waddell.
On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. With 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the score, Sioux Falls Lincoln 48, Rapid City Stevens 7. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas at Danny Meno Toyota and get financing as low as 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Tacomas, Highlanders, Corollas, and Priuses. That's 5.49 financing for 5 full years. The next best thing to a new Toyota is a certified pre-owned Toyota, and we have them. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Danny Meno Toyota or DannyMenoToyota.com.
Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. The Raiders kick off after marching down the field and getting an 18-yard touchdown strike to Luke Hanslick. Here's the Patriots now of Sioux Falls Lincoln. There's a nice return, has the running room, takes it past midfield, still on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles at the 30, the 20, on this near sideline, tackled inside the 15. What a return by the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots.
Yeah, that's Javen Augustus. He got it. He took a look. The Raiders were closing in on him, but he saw that. It was like the parting of the Red Sea. He saw a huge hole right up the middle, up the seam. He's like, I'm going for it, and just poured on the Jets. One Raider grabbed him about midfield and was just enough to slow him down, but he keeps trucking, adds another 30 yards onto that. And what a way to cap off third quarter.
The Patriots will have the football when we come back again on the State Farm scoreboard. Insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. At the end of 3, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens 48-7 is your score. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds, right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
And we are back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. In at quarterback now, number 7, Blaze Showers. The 6'4", 205-pound senior has come in a lot here in this second half. As the Patriots, the number 2 ranked team, have this game in control, leading 48-7 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
He gave it to Vakurvich, who was in the backfield that time. You obviously noticed, the game situation. They're not running their no-huddle offense, which was absolutely electric. After that first drive, all of a sudden, they came out exactly what they're used to doing. An up-tempo, fast-paced game, catch you off guard.
Trips left, one receiver to the right. There's the handoff. Heading for the end zone once again.
Yep.
Is that number
6 is for
number 6, Jackson Vakurvich.
And 13 yards out from the 13. Again, just like they did the last play, he just dove up the middle. This time, he went up the middle and found the hole to the outside, bounced out, and just outran the rest of the team into the end zone for the 30-yard scamper, as they call it.
So Jackson Verkurovich with the touchdown for Sioux Falls Lincoln. With 11:10 to go here in this fourth quarter.
So with the amazing kickoff return by the Patriots, sets up a couple plays later. And the Lincoln Patriots extend their lead.
It's now 55-7. Again on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. 55-7 is your score, as Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Rapid City Stevens. Again, just a reminder, Fox Sports Rapid City is your new Rapid City or your new radio home in western South Dakota for South Dakota Jackrabbit football. The Jackrabbits face off against number 17 Oklahoma State in Stillwater tomorrow. The kickoff at noon. You can catch South Dakota State football right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Looking forward to that ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I know last night was the NDSU Colorado game, a nice tight game. Somebody picked Colorado and somebody picked NDSU. I can tell you who. Not among us, amongst who we're talking about. Nate Brown and Matt Curry, yeah, their little thing they got going on there. Somebody had a helmet. I'm just going to tell you that. You can catch that online on the Nate Brown Show on YouTube channel.
Here's the kickoff. It'll be taken by the Raiders at the 5-yard line. We're going to get a penalty flag on that kick return. That's a wrench law flag on the field. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, whether it's a DUI, criminal charges, or an injury case, you need the right lawyer on your side. With over 30 years of experience, Tim Wrench is a trial lawyer and will help you get the best possible outcome for your case. Call number 1 is to Wrench Law at 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com.
And it was holding against the Raiders. Usually is illegal blocker holding, and usually on the return team. So they'll march it back, and they'll be the nose of the football on the 12-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Raiders. Sullivan out of the shotgun. There's the handoff. Getting through the gap, finding some running room, takes it close to the 20-yard line.
That was Divine. Is he cramping up? Oh, I just hate that.
I think he is. Training staff, I think that's Paul Richter making his way out here.
It's amazing that feeling, you get that cramp in your leg. And, of course, you kind of expect it. Warm evening out here. Hydration an issue, then they're going to stretch the cramp out. And what you want to do is, you hate it, but it has to be done. You're like, ow, ow, ow.
We had 85 degrees here at kickoff. Of course, it's supposed to be a nice weekend.
Yeah, I think we're planning on going to Spearfish. The last day of the pool is going to be open on Labor Day. How about that?
Okay.
Labor Day, and it's going to be 90-some degrees. And man, it's a heat wave rolling on. Kind of afraid to see what this winter's going to be like with the hot second half of the summer we had. The Raiders, kind of showing some life, obviously, here with the big kickoff, kick return rather, for the Patriots. It sets up a short field, so kind of hard sometimes to defend something like that. But the fact is that last drive did a great job, marched down the field. You kind of get the feeling that's what the Raiders are going to look like, this year. Obviously, you got, Elias Gillen up front, and all senior offensive line for the Raiders. And so you got the senior leadership stepping up and able to move things up front. I know that was supposed to be one of their bonuses last year, is that big offensive line. It didn't quite come to fruition like they wanted it to. So another chance here. And Coach Town saying, you know what? I've got a quarterback that I want to be able to, set up for success. So I just can't have him run around slinging the ball all the time. So I got to be able to establish some sort of running game right now. And I think he's really kind of focused on that. Some bright spots, definitely that last drive, a few runs in the first half as well. So there's kind of something there to build on.
Yeah, we get a delay of game penalty against the Raiders. That was Aiden Devine who was helped off the field.
I'm not quite sure how that worked out. The player barely got off the field. Don't they reset the 25-second clock to 25 seconds? And did the Raiders really take that long?
Now they back the ball inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Raiders. 8:57 remaining here in this ball game. 55-7 is your score. Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Rapid City Stevens. A high snap. The ball is loose. A fumble. And it is recovered by the Patriots.
Yeah, again, Sullivan tried to climb the ladder way high. He can't bat it down to himself. So some of those mistakes, definitely not what you're looking for when you're trying to get things together. And you get a bad snap, you can't even run a play. So it's a lot of stress on the center that time. And Patriots now setting up for another short field.
Second turnover of the ball game for Rapid City Stevens. Had that interception earlier, and now a fumble. And it's now 1st and goal for the Patriots. There's a handoff to number 30.
Is that 30?
For Sioux Falls Lincoln.
Dexter Calzo? Dylan, sorry.
Dylan Kelso.
Dexter's just above him.
So Dylan Kelso was your ball carrier. Takes it from about the 9 to the 8. A gain of a little over a yard. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Trips right, one receiver to the left. Number 18 in at quarterback. There's the handoff once again.
36, Devontae Wilson, the sophomore.
So Devontae Wilson getting some playing time as well. In at quarterback is number 18. So that is Samuel DeGroot.
Yep, DeGroot.
He's 6'6", 172-pound quarterback.
Exciting game going up there at Lyle Hare Stadium, just up the interstate. 29-27, T area leading Spearfish in the third quarter.
It is 3rd and goal now inside the 5-yard line. Ball at just inside the 4. DeGroat hands the ball off, but the Raiders not fooled.
Yeah, I think that was a missed blocking assignment there. The pitch was in the hands of the running back, but the Raider just met him right into the backfield. Almost took the pitch himself, was able to bring him down. So a couple of runs not working there. Back in the ball, it's 4th down here.
4th and goal from the 11-yard line. 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. 55-7, Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Rapid City Stevens. On the State Farm scoreboard, again, the postgame show coming up next, followed by Score Central with Matt Kearney. There's the pitch to the left side on 4th down, but no running room. I think the coaching staff wanted a horse collar tackle.
Right, but he didn't fall backwards. He totally, absolutely fell forward. He didn't fall sideways. He didn't fall backwards. Just because you grab him there, they grabbed him, but the kid fell forward. It wasn't, a danger or anything. The kid falls forward, so that's not a horse collar tackle.
A turnover on downs for Sioux Falls Lincoln. The Raiders will have the football, 1st and 10 from their 13-yard line. Going from left to right here, the clock continues to run as we approach 5 minutes remaining in the contest. John Paul Sullivan out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Drops back. Throws it deep down the left sideline and just out of the reach of his wide receiver who made a diving effort but could not get to the football.
Yeah, and I think the Patriots were short a player. Running onto the field at the last second was a player for the Patriots. But, like you said, it's man coverage. They got one-on-one here. The defender actually did a good job retreating and had Sullivan waited a smidge bit longer and had a smidge bit more on the throw. He would have got it past. He would have been able to let the receiver run past the defender. He was in a spot to catch it, but again, just a little overthrowing. Here's the handoff. Going around to the left side. That's Grayson Riddle trying to get the ball around the corner.
Third down coming up for the Raiders. Third and about 4 yards from just shy of the 20-yard line. The ball on the 19 on 3rd and 4. Tight formation once again. Sullivan out of the shotgun. Drops back, looks to the middle of the field now, rolls out to this near side. Decides to keep it himself, but cannot find any running room.
Well, what it was, he was trying to read his receiver. When he decided to tuck and run, he had Jack Day out there, and I think Jack was still kind of running routes and looking at the defender, and Sullivan's trying to read, hey, get in front of me so I can read you for a block, and Jack just was not making a block there at all, and so unfortunately that's what Sullivan had to wait for. And by the time you wait at this level, you've got such speed in your on your defense that they close in quickly.
So now the Raiders will punt on 4th and 3 from their own 20-yard line. We get a penalty marker. That's a Wrenchlaw flag on the field. False start against the Raiders. That'll back them up 5 yards. I believe that's going to be over 10 penalties in this ball game. Again, a bad snap. It was kicked. It was a bad snap or low snap. The punter could not pick the ball back up. He basically just kicked it.
Kicked it from the ground and was trying to at least get something out of it and kick it away. Unfortunately, he kicked it right into the middle of the pile. Ricochets off. The Patriots recover it, and that's an interesting return for a couple of yards.
55-7. The clock is running. We're down to the final 90 seconds here in the 4th quarter. It's the home opener for the Raiders under new head coach Patrick Town. There's the handoff. It's going to go to number 36, it looks like. That's Devontae Wilson. He gets a short gain. It was 1st and goal, now 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, you can almost figure they're just going to jam the ball up the middle if you stack everything in. And they might try something wild on maybe a 3rd or 4th down. But expect another run up the middle here. And then we got 18 coming back in, so Samuel DeGroot.
DeGroot in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and goal from the 6. DeGroot out of the shotgun. Gives the ball to Kelso. Or no, that's 36 again, so that's Wilson. And they stop the clock, or are they going to stop it? No, they're not. It's just going to run out now. That should do it. That will be the final play of this ball game. The clock down to 10 seconds, and the teams each heading back towards their respective sidelines. And that is your ball game here at O'Hara Stadium on a Friday night in late August. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, the final score here at O'Hara Stadium, number 2 Sioux Falls Lincoln defeats Rapid City Stevens by a score of 55-7 is your final. We'll step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, it is our post-game show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we want to welcome you back to Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday night as we welcome you back to the Pioneer Bank & Trust post-game show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Pioneer Bank & Trust is proud to support our local teams, and they're your trusted partner for all of your banking needs. Pioneer Bank & Trust is local. Be sure to visit them at pioneerbankandtrust.com. So Sioux Falls Lincoln comes into town. They spoil the home opener for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The Patriots came in, the number 2 ranked team in the preseason poll. Of course, they're the defending state champs after they went 12-0 last year. And they are just going to be a tough team to contend with as they defeat Rapid City Stevens tonight, 55-7. We saw some good things late there by the Raiders, which, again, they're growing under new head coach Patrick Town, but nonetheless, a game that Lincoln just came in and dominated.
Yeah, with Coach Town, it's just like, a new system. I don't know what he brought, if he just, worked off the old system that Coach Scott had. Looked very similar. The thing is, when you got each of the last 3 years, you've had a different quarterback you have to deal with. So you have to adjust your offense to that. You had, Jed Jensen, athletic, scrambler, playmaker, been there 3 years as a starter, just, and made plays all over the place. And then you had, last year, you had Tate Crossway, who came in, who is a big, tough kind of Roethlisberger type of player, but, not as accurate as type of a thrower. So he kind of ended up, more running the ball on his own than throwing it. He had a little help with Meisman as far as receiver, but, again, you had to make adjustment to that. Now you've got, John Paul Sullivan this year, and he is a playmaker, but he's smaller, not quite as athletic as Jed Jensen is, so you have to be able to adjust. And so what he's done He said, look, we got some big guys up front. We got to be able to run the ball a little bit more, and that's what they did. He wanted to be able to establish that running game. Probably, at the front end of most of the games that they're going to play, they're likely going to do that, and then just kind of continue it throughout the game. Give an opportunity. You got big Elias Gillen heading to Texas Tech. You got to run to his side. You got all seniors up front. They got to be able to open opportunities, and there was some of that. There were some holes they ran through, even against this Lincoln team. There were some bright spots where they can come in and make those plays, so to speak. And so you like that. Now, how you're going to adjust with Sullivan and how he's going to impact the offense is something that Coach Town's going to have to work with a little bit. But again, work in progress. It's tough when the big number 2 team comes into town. It's going to be really tough.
Yep. Next week, of course, the Raiders, they get 1 week to prepare, and then, of course, they have the Rushmore Bowl next week as they will square off with Brandon Valley, the number 3 ranked team. So what a schedule to start off for the Raiders, taking on number 2 and number 3 back-to-back to start the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Lincoln, we were trying to figure out, what do they have? And obviously people knew how talented their JV team was, and the players were just itching to come in and play. And that's exactly what they did. They came in and showed what they can do, that they're just as athletic as the previous team. You had Jack Smith, and you had Tate Schaefer, and you had Drevin, I can't remember his last name, the running back for them. So a great group of talented athletes. These guys came in and did a great job.
They absolutely did. Again, the final score, Sioux Falls Lincoln defeats Rapid City Stevens 55-7 is your final score. Let's take a look at the box score being brought to us by The Box. The Box is the Midwest most innovative event center, featuring the best courts and space to host multiple games. The Box is the premier youth sports venue in the area, but sports aren't the only thing they can host. The Box can cater and host many of your meetings, conventions, or receptions. To plan your next event, visit thebox.live. So for the box score, looking at the scoring of this contest in the first quarter, Sioux Falls Lincoln got things started on a 6-yard touchdown run by Brody Schaefer. That made it 7-0. That was followed up late in the first quarter on a 79-yard touchdown run by Joshua Myers, and that made it, the extra point was no good, so it was 13-0 at that point. Then in the second quarter, just a little over 3 minutes in, Javin Augustus took it 52 yards to pay dirt. That made it 20-0. And then with 8:29 to go in the second quarter, a 17-yard touchdown run by Joshua Myers, his second of the game. The extra point was good. It was 27-0. The Raiders, they were punting the ball from their own end zone. It was a low punt. The punter could not get the ball off, so a safety ensued, and it was 29-0 at that point. 2 more scores with 3:27 to go in the second quarter. Brody Schaefer again from 38 yards to make it 35-0, and your score at halftime, it was 42-0 after a 30-yard touchdown run by Brody Schaefer. Moving on to the third quarter, Joshua Myers goes 54 yards to make it 48-0. The only score for the Raiders came with 35 seconds left in the third on a 18-yard touchdown pass from John Paul Sullivan to Luke Hanslick, and the extra point was good. It was 48-7 at that point. And then Jackson Verkurovich, he finishes things off with a 13-yard touchdown run, and the final score, 55-7, is your ball game. Again, still maybe a little too many penalties for the Raiders. We said that is something that has hampered them the last couple of years. We saw lots of penalties or yellow flags out there tonight, something I'm sure that they will try to look at in the next week.
But I'll tell you what, it wasn't necessarily it wasn't not the number of penalties, it's the nature of them and the timing of those penalties. Tonight we didn't have that. We didn't have the unsportsman conducts. I think we had one face mask, and it was, the kid was going down, and it's kind of hard to grab. You had one. We didn't have the knocked out of bounds or the roughing the passer, or what I remember in years past, roughing the punter. A lot of those things. So I'm going to give at least one hats off to Coach Town. Is like, hey, the kids came down, they played hard, and they kept their heads, even though when the game gets out of control, you want to take a cheap shot at somebody an opportunity. There were a couple opportunities where you had somebody running along the sidelines that they could have just wiped them out, but they didn't. They made a nice, they cared about the other team. They made a nice, solid tackle, and was able, not doing the cheap throwing people around and that type of thing that has hampered. And they always happen to the wrong time. They extended drives of the opponents. They killed the drives that they had. That wasn't there. So it isn't the number. Again, it's the nature of them and the timing of them. And that was one of the more positive things, I think, tonight.
Absolutely. So again, 55-7 was the final score. Let's take as we move along here in the Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show, we'll take a look at our player of the game. Today's player of the game is sponsored by Claiborne, Los, and Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to really step up for you, the law office of Claiborne, Los, and Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne, Los, and Sabres in Rapid City. So, Dean, we'll turn to you for our player of the game.
Well, a couple interesting, notes here. Obviously, John Paul Sullivan was kind of running around just trying to make plays, struggled to hit people kind of at the right place at the right time, but he did make a few plays. Jack Dale obviously had that big play on that scoring drive that he caught over the middle. Did a great job getting downfield. Obviously, Luke Hanslick had that catch and was able to fight his way in for the score. So all those were great, but I think this game, at least for the Raiders, was built upon that running. And so I thought the offensive line did a fair enough job to give opportunities for his running backs to hit the hole. So I'm actually going to go dual here because I thought Aiden Devine did a really good job, and I thought Nolan Long, when he came in, also did a really good job hitting the holes when they were there. If you open up a hole, but your running back is scared to get through them or doesn't hit them with ferocity, then that hole is of no good. So between Aiden Devine and Nolan Long, I'm going to have to split it tonight. You're going to have to, I don't know if we have like a pastry or something, whatever it is. I think they did a good job of complementing the offensive line and allowing that running game to at least establish something as the season gets to progress along.
So Aiden Devine, number 26, and number 30, Nolan Long in the backfield there. They are our players of the game, being sponsored by Claiborne, Los, and Sabres in Rapid City. Lastly, we bring back our Highmark Highlight of the Game. The Highmark Highlight of the Game is brought to you by Highmark Credit Union. Highmark offers Spirit debit cards featuring our local high school mascots on the front. And every time you use the card, Highmark makes a donation back to that school. So show your school spirit and open an account at Highmark. Visit highmarkfcu.com. And this is our Highmark Highlight of the Game.